How do, guys? Just got back from doing the vlog. I've stuck this on the beginning. Seriously, 20,000 subscribers. I just mentioned it at the end of the vlog, but much appreciated. Everyone who's contributed to the channel, support. For me, subscribers, people who leave comments, amazing. Very positive towards the people that come in and chatting with me, the interviews. So I appreciate all that. Yeah, amazing. On a comedy note, somebody says I make at least 2 mistakes, get 2 words wrong every vlog. Yeah, I do. I don't edit anything. I am human, and that's how it is. But seriously, guys, thanks a lot. I'm a one-man band at the minute. Marvin and Kira are fantastic support for the channel. Great ideas. I've got a lot of ideas to come, a lot of new stuff when I get in my office. So stick with it. But everything's very, very much appreciated. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Ooh, you, go on. How do we have me then, guys? Not nice, you, today. First of all, an apology. Second email for my channel, realporridge@outlook.com. Second one I've had, it's been hacked. I spent most of the day on the phone with my mate, trying to recover it. Second time this has happened to me in as many months. I'm gutted. I was talking to a lot of people I'm going to be interviewing. Last message I read last night, some guy told me about Borstal. You know, would I do a vlog on Borstal? Told me about his experiences. Nice long email. I thought I'd answer it today. Gone. Loads of spam. Bills. You know, these crappy bills you get from people. Hundreds. All day trying to recover it. It's not happening. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm gutted. So sorry, anyone who's been in touch, you know, I'm going to try and find someone to help me, try and recover it, but apologies. Secondly, so I do live in Wakefield. I use Premiere Pro, loosely speaking, for my videos, yeah, for rendering them. My style of learning, sit down with someone, show me how to do something a couple of free times, let me do it while you supervise, it goes in. What I can't do is watch videos like I'm trying that tell you how to do things, yeah. I would like to improve the quality of my videos. There's no editing. You know, what people say goes straight out there, but I'm struggling. So if you live in the Wakefield area, they're a fan of the channel, or you know someone, you know, I'm happy to pay someone for the time just to give me a bit of tuition. It's driving me bananas. So today I'm going to show you a little clip. In fact, I'll show it you now.
High-profile murderer Jonathan Vaz has been admitted to healthcare, where staff must monitor him closely as he has just received a life sentence and is deemed to be a potential suicide risk.
I was sentenced for the murder of Jane Clough, and I got 99 years. I can apply for parole in 30 years. I think it's the 28th or 29th of July, 2040.
30-year-old Vaz repeatedly stabbed his ex-girlfriend whilst out on bail awaiting trial for allegedly raping her. They had an 11-month-old child together.
I miss her and I feel empty, and I miss her, but I hate her. I hate her so much.
Must now assess Vaz to see whether he is mentally fit enough to be transferred from healthcare onto a normal wing. They must gauge what threat he poses to himself and others. Jonathan Vaz, who stabbed his ex-girlfriend to death, is still on healthcare for observation. Staff must continue to assess his mental state before he can be allowed onto a normal wing.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling alright.
You are?
Yeah, a bit more upbeat.
Upbeat. Have you any thoughts of doing anything to yourself?
Not recently, no.
No.
I've been getting low, obviously, regarding my partner, my ex-partner, and
Right.
feelings have been coming up, you know, that...
How do you get yourself through that?
Just thinking about family, really, and the fact that I've got 3 children, and hopefully one day, if or when I get released, I'll be able to see him and be a part of their lives.
Right.
That is the only thing, really.
Okay. Well, you seem to have settled quite well on here, and like I say, when you get the opportunity to go to the gym, you go to the gym. You're doing in-cell education. I think the plan now is that the next time the psychiatrist is in, is to get him to see you as regards fitting you to return back to normal location. Okay then?
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
There you go. Jonathan Vaz, I won't mention his name again in this video. Narcissist, narcissism. I've said before, people misunderstand what it is. You know, when we talk about someone loving themselves, you know, if someone's dressed nice or whatever, or makes a bit of an effort, way more than that. Narcissists, yeah, all about them. They love themselves. No emotion or feelings for anyone else. No consequences. Yeah, that's this guy. He come into our prison. You can look up his name if you're not from this country. A lot of people possibly have heard of him. Despicable crime. I detested him. I used a hate word the other day in a title. Detested is probably a better word. The guy the other day I detested, this guy I detested. So first shift I did with him. You'll have learnt a lot from that video clip. Go and watch it again. Yeah, look at him. My manager in that clip, he stood next to me. I'm stood, yours truly. I'm stood looking at him, arms folded, my manager next to me, Bradders. Yeah, lovely lass, 40 years in mental health nurse. You can see her roll her eyes. You know, maybe a competition. Bubble above her head, what's she thinking, what am I thinking? I'm sure you can work it out yourselves. The first shift I did with him, my manager Sandy, I heard her dulcet tones. I'd heard about him at a briefing. I was on a late shift that day. We used to have briefings morning and afternoon before we started work on healthcare. And the wings back in the day, they used to do that. I guess it probably dropped off a lot. You know, you need to know if someone had a bad morning, who you were unlocking, who you couldn't unlock, general state of play. You just go from cell to cell. You know, X1, he's had a bad day, we're not unlocking him this afternoon. X2, okay, whatever, that sort of thing. So I'd heard about this guy. I did know what he was in for. I did know he'd be coming to us as per usual. My manager gives me a shout, Mr. Samworth, like KK, I'm in trouble. You know, Mr. Samworth, I'm in trouble. Sammykins, KK used to call me. One or two of you guys, when you message, call me Sammykins. Yeah, that's big and macho, innit? But you know, it's what it is. Mr. Samworth, will you have a word with Mr. Vaz? So the guy's just collected his meal from the survey. Yeah, arms out, like so. You know, Billy 10 men, that weren't a problem. He got a shirt on, quite a fancy shirt, denim jeans. Shirt is undone down to his navel. Followed him back to his cell. This is the first time we'd had words. You know, give me one of them looks. As he walks past, I'm not laughing about, you know, the person himself. It's just how he was. Back to his cell. I stood in the doorway. Can I help you? He says. I says, yeah. When you come out On the landing, will you dress appropriately? What do you mean? Fasten your shirt up. You're not going to a nightclub, you're not going to Roxy's nightclub in Sheffield, Thursday night, grab a granny. Everyone would dress like that, shirts undone, big medallions, chests on display. He didn't like that, shut the door anyway. Didn't think no more about it. Next day I'm on shift. He come out, on healthcare in the morning. Everyone who wasn't on an unlock protocol, who could come out with other prisoners, we would unlock. They could go and get showers in their own time. We'd give them half an hour, clean out the cells, mop, bucket, sweep, go and collect the medication. This guy comes out of his cell. I'm stood on the landing. Why landing? We want it cleaners. Shirt undone to navel. Going past me, hand up, where you going? Just going to get me medication. Do you mind going back to your cell? Fastening your shirt up. Him, is this going to be a problem? Me, quite definitely. That's it now. Yeah? I've got patience, me. Straight away. So I walks him back to his cell, locks the door. Left it. About 5 minutes later, emergency cell bell. He's on his bell. Drops the hatch, yeah? Have you got a problem? Yeah, I've got a problem with you. Dress appropriately. I asked you, yes. I won't be asking you again, yeah? He's not happy, shut the flap. About 10 minutes later, Strawberry Blonde. Strawberry Blonde is a lass I used to work with. She was lovely, hard work, grafter. Nobody liked her because she said it how it was. She was from Chapeltown in Sheffield. I've talked about her before. Most people on healthcare at that time, let me tell you, 2012, they had a recruitment. Me and her were left from sort of previously. We got a lot of new staff, some great staff, great interpersonal skills, no fighters, they were all lovers, which is no bad thing. They got patience as well, they were good people. You know, our biggest lad on there, biggest presence, that's how it was. And if I were on shift, I'm going to make it as safe as possible. Again, you know, it's not about, you know, bullying people or whatever. It was a dangerous place. This lad, not nice. Strawberry Blonde let him out. He come out, changed into a t-shirt. Here's the thing about this guy. Every time he come onto the landing, he got something different on. Most prisoners wear trackies and trainers all day long. Trackies, trainers, t-shirts, that sort of thing. Not this guy. Jeans, he got however many shirts he was allowed, couple of nice t-shirts in his cell. If he got an interview with a young nurse in the morning that was supervised, because he was a Cat A prisoner, he might have his nice shirt and jeans on. Yeah? If we've seen the psychiatrist in the afternoon, he'd have something else on. You know, you can put whatever clothes you want on, but it's about preening himself. You know, the hair and that before he come out of the cell. But here's the thing about this guy, he was a big lad. He was never, ever, ever going to take me on. I know because the Strawberry Blonde told me. When I weren't on shift, some of the other staff, you know, he'd come out. On that clip, is it on that clip? Shirt undone. I weren't on shift. There's two people on overtime there. Absolutely loved himself, this guy, but he was horrible. Never showed no emotion, never showed nothing. Here's another one for you. Yeah, he got 35 years, a record 35, that lad. What are you doing, you? Come on. Got a record 35. Because he showed some compassion, yeah, it got reduced to 30, I believe. He ain't got compassion in him. How he was on healthcare was probably how he was in life. Yeah? All about him, you know, the way he talked. And we had some long conversations, me and him. We talked a lot about his kids. Yeah, he talks in that video clip about his parole, and when he gets out in 30 years, if he gets out, how he wants to be part of his kid's life. When you join the prison service, yeah, they warn you. Don't let people know where you live. Don't let them know personal stuff. I told this guy about Tony. Who's Tony? Tony was my dad. Loosely speaking, dad, yeah. We call him Tony, me and my sister. He was never there. My sister were 1, I were 2. My mum was very young, 18. Playing around behind her back. Treated her badly. Kicked her out pretty much, yeah. So my mum and my nan brought us up on her own. I saw him, Tony, for a few years now and again with my granddad and grandma. His mum and dad, they were great. They were fantastic. His sister was fantastic with us, always. Him, nah, didn't want out to do with us. Never paid my mother out. And when my mum died, bless her, wanted to come to the wedding. That's Tony. I told him that story. And he said, why are you telling me? I says, well, me, other people, you know, might get in contact or whatever. I don't want out to do with him, Tony, my dad. Yeah, he was never there in our life, don't mean anything. I says, you've murdered someone. Seen his face. You've murdered someone and you're thinking that your kids are going to want to have anything to... I says, forget about them, yeah? He was on about going for custody of his daughter and stuff like that. I told him straight, me. You might think that's a bit callous, but if you see how he behaved and how he talked and how he treated people and the things he said, it's not at all. He was horrible. Anyway, he weren't with us long. Told the line a bit more. Strawberry blonde. She did tell me this. He come out one day, I went on shift, he got his shirt undone. She just pointed at him and said, go back to your cell. What do you mean? He says, you wouldn't dress like that if Mr. Samworth's there. Don't take the piss out of me and go back to your cell, which he did. She got some nuts, that lass. Horrible creature. I'll try and find some more clips of him. There's probably about 10 minutes worth in the old documentary. Show you exactly who he is. He wasn't nice. In there, it says about assessing him. He was on an ACT document, suicide and self-harm. He weren't harming himself, him. Not ever, yeah? He weren't at risk. High-profile prisoner like him, they get put on him straight away. They were assessing him to go into normal location. He wasn't going to normal location. If I explain to you, Strangeways, E-Wing, that's the Cat A unit, yeah? Cat A's are on one side. The other side, the lower floors, you've got the segregation. The upper two landings, separate to the seg, and split from the Cat A by a sterile area. That's somewhere prisoners can't go unless they get keys, and then you're in trouble. They were VPs, sex offenders, rapists, paedophiles and the like. Good strategy that. You've got Cat A prisoners here, opposite VPs. These Cat A's are not going to have anything to do with them, yeah. Later, at Strangeways, 2015, somebody decided it'd be a good idea to put normal location prisoners there. Cat A's weren't bothered then. Do you think things got past, trafficked, mobile phones and the like? Of course they did. That's someone not using the noggin, isn't it? Anyway, he did go to that VP unit. I went on there a few times. We used to go on, collect prisoners for healthcare, strutting about in his element. You know, that wing was seedy. I did do overtime shifts on there, but me, I would have never chose to work with VPs, sex offenders and the like, never. Cheers guys, parting shot as always. Stephen, come and get your ball. Stephen, come on. Where is it? Come on. Show them what a fantastic retriever you are. There you go guys. Quick look. 20,000 subscribers now guys. I appreciate everyone, new and old, everyone who comments. Thanks for coming. Al Sidi.